Did you know that Africa is splitting into two pieces? How would this affect humanity? What are the signs that this doomsday prediction may be true? And why do some believe this is a good thing? Stay tuned to find out more about the newly formed continent. It's no surprise that our world is in constant motion. The Earth's core is churning with activity, and its crust is always changing. While we don't feel these changes on a day-to-day basis, scientists can track them by measuring even the tiniest movements. Using advanced technology, like GPS, they've discovered that the Earth's crust is moving at a rate of about 2 centimeters per year. It might not seem like much, but over millions of years, these small movements have led to major changes in our world. For example, they're responsible for the formation of mountain ranges and the separation of continents. But now, scientists are noticing something strange happening in Africa. They've noticed that the eastern and western parts of the continent are slowly drifting apart. It's like the puzzle piece that holds all of Africa together is coming undone, and it's happening faster than anyone expected. So what's causing this split, and what does it mean for us humans? Let's find out. At the heart of the African continent lies a massive area known as the African Rift Valley. It stretches from the Red Sea in the north, all the way down to Mozambique in the south. This region covers an area of approximately 6,000 kilometers. But recently, scientists have focused their attention on a specific part of the Rift Valley, located in East Africa. Here, the land is cracking and splitting apart, creating a deep gorge that's up to 50 kilometers wide and 600 meters deep. This phenomenon has been happening for hundreds of millions of years, but it's accelerated in recent times. The main reason for this is the movement of tectonic plates. These massive slabs of rock make up the Earth's crust, and they constantly shifting and rearranging themselves. As a result, the Nubian and Somali plates are pulling away from each other at a rate of up to 7 centimeters per year. That might not sound like much, but it's enough to split the continent in two within the next 20 million years. In fact, scientists predict that the eastern section of Africa will break off completely and drift northward until it collides with the Arabian Plate. On the other hand, the western part of the continent will continue to move away from its eastern counterpart, eventually becoming part of the new Atlantic Ocean. So how will this new ocean, which scientists call the Atlantic Ocean, differ from the existing one? Well, for starters, it won't be salty like the current oceans. That's because when the eastern part of Africa separates from the rest of the continent, it will take with it the Great Lakes region, which contains both the Red Sea and the Gulf of Aden. These bodies of water are connected to the Indian Ocean and are rich in minerals. However, they lack salt due to the high levels of volcanic activity in the area. The Red Sea, for instance, receives very little rainfall, leading to increased evaporation and higher concentrations of minerals such as magnesium and calcium. When the eastern section of Africa breaks off, these mineral-rich waters will be cut off from the rest of the ocean, forming a unique saltwater body without any salt. Now let's take a closer look at the timeline for this process. Scientists predict that the initial rifting phase, which is the splitting apart of the continental crust, will be completed in approximately 10 million years. After that, the eastern portion of Africa will start drifting northward towards the Arabian Peninsula at a speed of up to 3.5 centimeters per year. This drift will continue for another 10 million years, during which the Red Sea will deepen and widen. Finally, after around 20 million years, the eastern and western sections of Africa will be completely separated, forming a new ocean basin. But here's the surprising part. Despite the daunting timeframe of 20 million years, scientists suggest that humans might actually benefit from this continental split. One significant advantage would be the discovery of vast oil reserves. According to research by the Geological Society of America, the eastern and western sections of Africa could contain oil deposits worth trillions of barrels. The separation of the continents would allow easier access to these resources, providing a valuable energy source for many countries. Additionally, the formation of the new ocean would open up new shipping routes and opportunities for trade between nations. The separation of the continents would also lead to the emergence of new species of plants and animals. As the eastern part of Africa drifts northward, it will encounter different climates and environments, which will promote the evolution of unique flora and fauna. For example, new primates could emerge, similar to how the Asangela primates evolved after the Asangela Rift Valley was formed. However, it's important to consider the potential challenges associated with the continental split. For instance, the increased volcanic activity in the region could pose risks to human populations living nearby. Countries like Kenya, Tanzania, and Ethiopia would need to invest in infrastructure to protect their citizens from the potential hazards. Moreover, The separation of the continents could lead to political tensions as countries compete for resources and land. For example, there could be conflicts over the newly formed islands or the control of the mineral-rich waters. To mitigate these risks, international cooperation and agreements would be crucial to ensure the peaceful resolution of disputes and the sustainable use of resources. Overall, while the continental split would bring many benefits, it's essential to carefully plan and prepare for the challenges ahead. By working together, countries in the region could harness the opportunities presented by the changing landscape and build a better future for their citizens. But if you think that's the only good thing about this, you'd be wrong. There's more where that came from. You see, this new continent will have no fewer natural wonders than the rest of Africa. Take, for example, the Great Rift Valley. It's a series of contiguous geographic trenches, a series of lakes and volcanoes that stretch from Djibouti in the north to Malawi in the south. This immense gash in the earth was created over millions of years by the movement of tectonic plates. And today, it's home to some of the most beautiful landscapes on the planet. Imagine walking along the edge of a cliff and looking down into a valley that seems to stretch on forever. The Great Rift Valley is like nothing you've ever seen before. It's a place where you can witness the raw power of nature and feel like you're standing on the edge of the world. Another must-see attraction on the new continent is the Ngorongoro crater. This enormous volcanic crater is located in northern Tanzania and is home to a variety of wildlife, including lions, elephants, and zebras. The Ngorongoro crater is one of the best places in Africa to witness the Great Migration, an annual movement of wildebeest and zebra that takes place between Tanzania and Kenya. Seeing thousands of animals thundering across the plains is truly a sight to behold. And let's not forget about Mount Kilimanjaro. Located in northeastern Tanzania, this dormant volcano is the highest mountain in Africa, standing at nearly 6,000 meters tall. Climbing to the summit is a challenging but rewarding experience that takes you through different climate zones, from lush rainforest to barren desert. The views from the top are simply breathtaking. But the natural wonders of the new continent don't stop there. From the vast savannas of the Serengeti National Park in Tanzania to the lush rainforests of the Bwindi Impenetrable National Park in Uganda, there's something for everyone. The new continent will be home to some of the most diverse and beautiful landscapes on the planet, making it a dream destination for adventure seekers, nature lovers, and anyone who wants to experience the raw beauty of the natural world. Well, folks, that's all the time we have for today's video. But before you go, we want to ask for your support. If you enjoyed learning about the upcoming split of Africa into 2 new continents and want to see more videos like this, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. We've got lots of exciting content coming up that you don't want to miss out on. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.